everybody? It's your boy Matthew Maley from MatthewMaley.com. As you can tell, we're back on my couch. It's Friday night, and it's time for another weekly movie review. So this week, I went with a comedy, actually something I'd wanted to see when it was out in theaters, but never got around to it. You know, there were some other better movies out. And in hindsight, I'm actually kind of glad that I didn't get a chance to. Would have wasted some money. I'm kind of glad I was able to Redbox this one. But anyway, speaking of The Dilemma, I actually really wanted to see it because I'm a big Vince Vaughn fan. I love Wedding Crashers, absolutely loved Old School. I think he's a very good actor, and I think Kevin James is pretty funny when he's not doing some random kids movie that, is completely predictable and paint by numbers almost in terms of a movie. But it also stars Winona Ryder, Queen Latifah has a small role in there, Jennifer Connelly, and Channing Tatum. For those of you who haven't seen the preview or don't know anything about it, the movie focuses on Vince Vaughn, who sees, Vince Vaughn and his best friend, Kevin James. Vince Vaughn sees Kevin James' wife, played by Winona Ryder, being intimate with Channing Tatum, and then is conflicted about how to tell Kevin James because they have a big work problem and doesn't want to mess with his head. Pretty much the whole thing of, they even use that as an example, if you found out that your star player on a basketball team's wife was cheating on him, would you tell him right before the big game? So it was pretty generic framework for a movie, and honestly ended up being pretty generic for a movie. I thought it was going to be a lot funnier just based on both of them having pretty good comedic ability. I will say by far and away the funniest character in the entire movie was Channing Tatum. Granted, he was only there for 20 minutes, but he was by far the funniest part. Of course, there's, Vince Vaughn's character has dark past, so when he starts acting weird because he doesn't know how to talk to his best friend, then they assume it's something else, and it completely unravels. It kind of goes into the dynamic of all four of them are friends, Vince Vaughn and his wife, played by Jennifer Connelly, and Kevin James and his wife, like I said, Winona Ryder. So it goes into the dynamic of, well, if you say something, then it destroys, all this, and then goes into the fact that Kevin James' character might not exactly be the most trusting guy or trustful guy because he's got some skeletons of his own. At the end of the day, it was really pretty basic. I thought the worst part of it completely was Queen Latifah's character. I felt bad that they didn't give her more. They just wrote the most basic, just lines, If she wasn't in the movie, it would have been perfectly fine. They tried, she didn't seem comfortable with the lines that she was forced to do. She seemed just so stiff, and I mean, there's a couple things where she's a blatantly oversexed type of character, and so many of the things that they have her say, it looked just contrived. Like, I can't even come up with words to express how it was, honestly. But Vince Vaughn had some funny lines. Winona Ryder did actually a pretty good job. Jennifer Connelly was very vanilla in her character. She was only supposed to do, this amount, so she did that. But at the end of the day, I can't even say go watch it at Redbox. And maybe I'm being too hard on it just because I thought it was going to be funnier, and I like Vince Vaughn so much, but it was maybe, in my opinion, 2 out of 5 stars. If I'm being really, really, really nice. And I really thought, and I really go back and watch it again and liked Channing Tatum's performance maybe more. Maybe I'd give it 2.5. But that is the biggest stretch I could possibly say. Really, if you could just take Channing Tatum's part, that's worth watching. How he acts through a lot of things is really pretty funny. But that was the highlight. Even the concept of what they're working on doesn't really even do anything for it. It's not even it's not even something that's intriguing. It's not something that you even care about. You know what I mean? It's one of those type of movies that you get done and you're like, okay, can I have my hour and 45 minutes back? There's no point to it. And I know a lot of movies are kind of like that. There are a lot of movies that you leave saying, wow, I want my time back. But usually with those, you can even grasp onto one thing and say, oh, that was good enough to watch, or that was good enough to recommend or something. I can't even do that. I mean, if it's on TV one day, on FX or something, watch it for Channing Tatum's sake. But I wouldn't even spend $1 on it, to be quite honest. Which this has probably been my worst movie review. Well, hopefully not my worst movie review, but my review on the worst movie I've seen. So hopefully I saved you guys some money. If you guys saw it and you think I'm completely coming out of left field and you thought it was the best movie ever, tell me why you think so. Like I said, this is just my opinion. I'm not Siskel or Ebert. Didn't Ebert just die? I don't know. But anyway, I'm nobody special. I just give my opinion. So let me know what you think. And keep it tuned. Every Friday, you're going to have something new sitting on my couch. So once again, Matthew Maley, MatthewMaley.com. And let me know what you think. Peace out, y'all.